Hey, how are you? Look at this cute little pumpkin. This one is 7 by 7. Okay, it comes with a little flower that goes on it too. It goes over here, okay, right near the leaf. And we're gonna play with this one tonight. And I also have the 9 by 9 box frame. So hopefully you have time to come hang out with us for a little while and make a cute little project, okay? So we're gonna start first with our pumpkin, of course. Y'all, I have a mess, a pile growing over here on my floor. It is growing quickly because I just toss stuff over there and then I don't clean it up after my lives. Hi, Sandra. Hey, Tammy. Hi, Brenda and Stephanie. Welcome. Hi, Alma. Hey, Paula. All right, so we're going to begin with this new pumpkin color. Okay, look how pretty this is. Let me see. I mean, it's so perfect for pumpkin. All right, so I have my little makeup sponge. I'm just going to spray with a little bit of water, okay? And I didn't even add water to this paste. I don't think it needs it. We're gonna find out though, okay? We will see if it's too thick. A lot of the time it's not, but you know, you never know. Sometimes it looks and feels like it's really thin enough, and then whenever you start trying to spread it with one of these makeup sponges, then you realize, but it looks like it's going on pretty well. So my little pumpkin here it has score lines on it. You can comment the word pumpkin to get the stuff to make this. Now we are using some of the new stuff tonight, so I hope you're ready. And the buy it all option does give you the option to get the paste packets for the colors that I'm using tonight. And it's every one of the colors I'm using. So that's fun. You can test them out and not have to buy a whole jar, okay? All right, so you can comment pumpkin to get that. Let me just comment that right there so that it stays forever. Okay, so now I'm trying to be real careful up here so that I don't go over the lines. There we go. And I think that's pretty good. This is a pumpkin. It is the perfect color, I'm telling you. All right, so now we're gonna paint the little flower. So this is a little bit, I mean, maybe not a normal colored flower, but this is a, sorry, that is ocean mist. Again, I'm gonna just wet my brush a tiny bit so that I have a little bit of water on there, and then that way I don't have to add water directly to my paste, okay? Now, okay, here we go. All right. Oh, let me pin that there real quick. Okay. Did it pin? I don't know. I don't think it did. My page is like, I don't know, loading slowly or something. I'm not sure what's happening. I think I need to reload it. All right. Now, we have a cute little flower. It is very light blue, okay? I love this ocean mist because it's kind of a gray blue. And I feel like it's perfect for this. I think it's gonna pop really nicely with the rest of this design. Now, you may be wondering where we're going from here, but I've got you, my friend. Okay, I don't know why my button thing isn't working, so I'm gonna have to reload that. I don't know. Okay, and then I need like a smaller brush. I have several over here. Let me see. Oh, my favorite brush. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Welcome. Hi, Mom. Hi, Joanne. See, I was missing all these comments. Hi, Karen. Welcome. All right, so now this is saffron. Let me show you this color. It's like a mustardy yellow, but we're going to use it for the middle of this flower here, okay? Right here. I think it'll be perfect for this. Keep it from moving around. Let me see. I just went over the edge just a little bit, and that's dagnabbit is what I want to say there, because my goodness, I can't even. It'd be really great if I could paint inside the lines. One time is all I ask for, okay? We'll see. One of these days I'll get it, but maybe not today. That's fine. All right, so there's our little flower and our pumpkin, which is looking real cute. Now, I do think I'm going to want to go over this pumpkin one more time. I have a little bit more paste that I had set out. Where's my, so this is bark. It also comes in the palette pack. We are using all the colors from that palette pack tonight. Now, again, wetting my little paintbrush here. I went a little overboard and sprayed my hand with water. Now, this jar of paste is extremely dry. So, I'm gonna just put a little bit of water here so that I can kind of grab a little bit more and not over water it down too much, because I want it to be a nice coverage still for the stem. There we go. All right, perfect. Let me go over that one more time, but I'm gonna let that dry and see where we are after it's dry. I need one more little paintbrush here, and I have the color Moss. It's the new green. It is really perfect for fall, okay? Kind of like a yellowish green. It's got a lot of yellow in it. Okay, it's so perfect for this. It goes really, really well with the orange. My paintbrush has one long, I'm right-handed, I'm not left-handed. There, it just needed a little trim. Sometimes you gotta give your paintbrush a haircut. Okay. Now, all right, here we go. Super easy, nothing to it. I think that's probably good for the moss, but I do want to do one more layer of bark here, just to give a little bit more. There we go. And of course, whenever you comment pumpkin tonight, if you buy it all, you do get all this stuff at a discount, which is too much fun, I swear. Okay, so I definitely want to go over this one more time with the pumpkin real quick. And then we're gonna, we're moving right along here tonight. Not going to be messing around at all. Okay, now I'm starting to need a little bit more water. So just gonna spray that right on there and see if I can't dab it off a little bit so that it spreads that paste into the wet sponge, and that helps a little. Get this out of the way. Just don't want it to be cakey, you know? So whenever you dip into the paste, especially whenever it's new paste like this, I do like to kind of dab it off a little bit. All right. My thing's still not updating. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know if there's been more comments or not. So if you've commented and I haven't said anything, it's because I haven't seen it. So let me finish this up and then we'll reload it again. Okay. All right, that is perfection. I'm gonna let it dry, but I think it looks really good so far. What do you think? Okay, let that sit over here for a minute while we move on to the second part of this project. Let me clean some of this stuff up so that I don't have dried out brushes laying everywhere tonight. All right, so again, this is the 9x9 box frame. Okay, it is double-sided. So you could do 2 projects on this one frame. And I just scratched my nose with orange paste, so who knows if I have orange paste on my face now? I don't know. Let's see if I can get this to load. Okay. Here we go. Now, this is the damask pattern. Okay? Really love this one. I wasn't completely sure what I was going to do with it whenever I first saw it, but now I am. I thought of this project earlier today. Hi, Julie. How are you? Hi, Marie. How are you? Isn't it so cute, Joanne? No, so I made, this is a chalk transfer. It's a retired one, but I made it a long time ago, and I love this transfer. Hi, Tina. How are you? Hey, Lisa. Welcome. Okay, so I'm fuzzing my transfer, but I really wasn't wanting to pull it all off at the same time, so there. That's what we'll do. Set that down there. And get that all stuck on, and then we'll just pull it off one side at a time. That way we don't have any accidents and stick it to itself or anything like that, okay? But, all right, now I'm having a struggle. Okay, so I do want the print, so as you can see, the print kind of faces up. I feel like that's the correct way for this to face. I don't know. Uh-oh. Gently pull it apart, okay, if it sticks together. Now, I'm just gonna lay that right there, and I want a little bit of overhang, okay, because I want to be able to set it down in the middle and then press it in, and the edge is gonna pick up take up some of that, okay? So you don't wanna go right up against the edge. And then that way you can kind of work it into the corners, okay? Now, and you have a little bit of give there. So just going around the edge and just pressing down to try and get the best seal that I possibly can around the edges, okay? And hopefully, God willing, it's going to let me have a good seal, okay? Now, got a huge bubble right here, so let me work that out of there. I've got a couple more down here, so probably should have messed with that first, but you live and learn, you know? All right. Just kind of pressing it in with my nail. You can use like a squeegee, maybe a multi-tool would probably work okay for this. Something with kind of a, not a sharp edge, but something that'll help you get it into the corner will help, okay? Now, I was gonna use a regular squeegee tonight, but I think I'm gonna end up using a angled squeegee for this one, okay? So, because the angled squeegee, and I can show you hopefully this before we start, has this like angled edge on it, right? To where you can get really good into the corners. Now, this might help you actually push down when you go around, okay? So if you don't have one of these are awesome. All right, now, if I can just stick it down and have it stick on the side so that, I don't know if this is gonna look good. I think it will. I'm hoping. I cross my heart and hope that it does. This is camel, okay? It comes in that palette pack that you get when you buy the whole bundle tonight. And we're gonna give it a try, okay? Now, I probably could have used a regular squeegee on parts of this, and I think I'm going to. I'm reconsidering. And then I can just use the angled squeegee on the edges, which you're gonna see more of the edges than anything else on this. So you don't necessarily have to go in the middle, but I'm gonna go ahead because I like this print so much that I want it to be in the middle too. But we're gonna cover that up with our pumpkin here in just a second. So quickly try to spread that paste. Let me see if I can get this over here and get the edges. Now, this angled squeegee will help you whenever you're trying to go into this like angle here. And it should help you keep from getting too much up on the sides, okay? Now, if you have it all gooped up like mine is, you might still have a problem, okay? But hopefully, the brown of the frame will help disguise that a little, okay? It's better than the black mess that we had last night and the gray mixing together and then spreading all over the place, okay? Although that apothecary cabinet thing turned out super cute, so it worked out. All right, you can also use this long edge too, okay? I'm gonna try not to make a huge mess all over myself with this paste, or else I would turn it and use that edge also, but I feel like I'm gonna have it all up in my hand if I do that. So see if we can. Now I'm trying to hurry because I don't want this to dry in the transfer. I would prefer that it didn't. Especially along the edges because that's where it's really going to count. All right, here we go. I really like this squeegee because it's kind of thick. Feels sort of ergonomic. Let me see if I can flip this and get a better, oh my gosh. It's about 1,000,000 times better. All right, so yeah, flip it that way. Don't be a dodo head like me. Let me try to save as much of this paste as I possibly can. Okay. All right, there we go. Now, when this is really stuck down really good, okay, you want to make sure that you pull from the center so that you don't stretch out your transfer. And this is absolute perfection, okay? Even with all the struggle that we were having there, it turned out so good. And you're going to be seeing a lot more of this damask pattern because I'm loving it. All right. I don't know why my thing's not updating, but I feel like there's probably more comments here. I don't know. Okay, so there's that. Look how good that looks. Okay, now let's go back to our cute little pumpkin. Now, if you're here. Hi, Anita. How are you? Hey, Lori. Welcome. No. So, hi, Gwen. Hey, Brownie. Welcome. What's going on? Hi, Chelsea. Okay, so this right here is the new, it's called Hey Pumpkin. And this is saffron, which is what I used for my little flower. Okay. And then I used moss on the leaf. Okay. So I am going to get a sanding block, and I'm just going to sand this pumpkin just a little, just to smooth it out a little bit. That works wonders. I have my other transfer. I love this little transfer. It says, Hey Pumpkin, which my mom always called me Pumpkin, still does. Hi, Barbara. How are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining me. All right. My mom used to always call me Pumpkin, and so anything that says, like, Hey Pumpkin or anything like that, I just love because it brings me back. All right. So that's our transfer. It's real cute. It's going to go right here on our pumpkin. Okay. Now, this paste that we're going to use with this one is not in the palette pack. So if you want it, you would need to buy it separately, but it is one of my solid favorites. The Shimmer Copper. But I can add it onto your order if you like. Just remember, the keyword is pumpkin. All right. Now, I did wax the surface just a little before I started, and I did sand it. Now, I find that to be very important, the sanding part. It helps so much to just smooth out that paint that you put down, whatever it is, either paste or paint, either one, and gives you a really good background to stick to, okay? Now we're gonna use Shimmer Copper. I love this color. And of course, I only pulled out one squeegee, so let me grab this other one. Okay, look how pretty that is. I love it. I think it's gonna be perfect for this. And of course, white or black or pretty much any other neutral-ish color would work great. Even that moss would look really nice here. But any opportunity I have to use copper, I'm taking it. So just looking to make sure I got everything, and that's that. Put this away so it doesn't get dried out. And then I'm gonna just pull this up, and I'm gonna carefully pull it from the center as I pull up. That's cute. I think that's gonna go really nice with the with this background that we have on the thing. Now, I know my glare is making it hard to see, but it's not difficult to see it at all, okay? Not even a little. It's so perfect. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're gonna dry this, but look how cute that is. I mean, I'm loving it. I also have my little trusty bucket of moss, and my hot glue gun is ready to go. So get this really good and dry, and then we'll put the pumpkin together. We'll get it on our surface. I probably need to dry this too, now that I'm thinking about it. Super easy, super fun. Thanksgiving or fall decor, starting literally anytime, y'all. I'm ready. It's so hot outside. It's ridiculous around here. Thank you. I'm glad y'all like this. I know, aren't they so pretty, Anita? This pumpkin color, we're going to be using it a couple more times because I am loving it. And also the saffron. I'm not usually a big yellow fan, but it's kind of a mustard yellow, and I'm digging it. Okay. We might have to come back with that to dry it really well. But I'm going to get my flour. My hot glue is ready to go. I turned it on before I started. And I'm just gonna place that right there to where it doesn't cover up the word hay, and it also doesn't cover up the leaf, okay? Just like that. And then I do want to use some of this moss. So here's what I'm thinking. I don't think I need that much. So I got this moss at Hobby Lobby a while back. I didn't really have a purpose for it. But I think I do now. All right. Let me see if I can. Okay. Looking for what I was looking for. I wasn't sure what I was reaching for there. Y'all ever have that? Like earlier I walked into my living room or into my kitchen and I'm standing there looking around like, what am I here for? I still don't know what I went in there for. Not 100% sure. But it happens all the time. Okay, let me see if I can. So anyway, make sure that you comment the word pumpkin to get the link to get all this stuff tonight. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. 102 is crazy. 85, I'm so jealous, Marie. Okay. I just want to make sure this is good and dry, and I think it's probably there. Because I want to set this on here, and I want to play a little bit with my placement of my moss. So I was thinking a little bit up here, and I'm also thinking I might put some at the bottom, okay? So I have this green moss, and yeah, I think it needs to go at the bottom too. And that moss goes perfect with the moss paste too. I just realized what I did there. I also have this string, but I don't know if I need a little bow on this. I don't know. We might put one. Now, again, my hot glue gun right here, right on the pumpkin, okay, and then just trying to group that together so that it'll grab it. Now, I may have to do that a couple of times to really get it to stay there, but we'll see. Okay, now pick this up and just go right across. I'm going to actually do 2 lines this time. And try to bunch it together and push it down. Just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit more glue up here just because I feel like it may not be enough. I don't know if it's enough or not, but I want to make sure that it is. I don't want my moss just falling off randomly. I think it'll be good though. So there's that. Okay, I know it's hard to see it, but isn't it so pretty? Yeah, this is the damask pattern. You can get it tonight. If you comment the word pumpkin, it is in my sale. Okay, 118. Oh my gosh, and I was complaining. I think our feels like might be near that. Not quite, but I don't think it's 118. Who knows? I don't go out there. Try not to anyways. Okay, so I am going to need a little bow. A little bow never hurt anyone. Except my dad. He's like been personally injured by a bow. I offered to make a sign for the country for the ranch house, and he's like, okay, but no frilly bows. Which makes no sense to me. I don't know how I can make something without a bow, but look how good that turned out. It's great, right? I hope y'all love this. And again, you can comment the word pumpkin. Even if I'm not live anymore, you can still get the link to get all the stuff. The 2 transfers I used are new, and all of the paste I used is new. You can get the palette pack, which is basically a sample of each of them. Okay? All right, y'all. I love you so much. I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Good night.